stats on the upcoming game. Wheeler's getting it a little bit loosely. Everything's sort of loose around here this afternoon. Even Bob Laundrie is a little bit loose today. Alex Trebby, the quarterback, taking his SATs. He's just moseying on. I don't even know if he's on the field yet here. The officials moseying down.
Worry.
We're not. Seashore out there, but we're here in the Harborview pregame show. Remember, each and every game, Harborview donates $100 to the game's MVP, and we're going to turn the mic over to Miss Diana Palm, who's going to read all our fine sponsors who bring you the Wheel of Fall season.
Yes, today's game is brought to you by Killen Real Estate, Bob's Auto Repair, Harbor Fuel Oil Corporation, Valero & Sons, Hutch's, Congdon and Coleman Insurance, Young's Bicycle Shop, Nantucket Pharmacy, Pacific National, Atlantic Cafe, Island Parcel Plus, J&M Ramus Plumbing and Heating, Don Allen Auto Service, Fairgrounds Restaurant, Inquirer and Mirror, Sea Grill, Nantucket Bank, AK Diamonds, Something Natural, Nantucket Nectars, Peanut Bus Lines, National Car Rental, Island Airlines, Sweetwaters, Christians, Quality Inn, Nantucket Airlines, David Glowacki Construction, Downy Flake, R.J. Kalman & Sons, Butch Ramus Plumbing and Heating, Jeff Beamish, Barone Plumbing and Heating, Sports Locker, Mid-Island Pizza, Booster Club, which meets Tuesday nights, Nantucket Electric Company, Suzanne's Hair Design, Davis Flooring, Island Carpet, Orange Street Video, Island Lumber, A Cut Above, Kitchen and Baths, Rhonda Silva, and they remind you to support your local Boys and Girls Club. Santos Rubbish Removal, Nantucket Lightship Baskets, Marine Home Center, Sun Island Delivery, King Electric, Nantucket Rental, Kane's Custom Millworks, Island Spirits, Nantucket Golf Club, Chip Hart and Associates, Yates Welding and Gas, English Trunk Show, J.A. Cooper Plumbing and Heating, Milestone Electrics, Schooners, Gray Lady Marine, Geronimo's, Hallett and Sons, Swain's Travel, Boynton Building, Nantucket Tileman, Nicholas Farentella's Landscaping, Chris Fraker Construction.
Boy, that's a big. Is that as long as your Christmas list was when you were a little kid, Diana?
Just about.
You seem. She seems like someone that would want a long Christmas list like that. But anyways, we see the Whalers again warming up out there. I seen Ball Alamadova. He's up in the woods there looking for a ball. Kevin Martin, Bob's favorite player. Kevin Martin kicked one way into the woods, Bob. You missed that. And poor Ball, this ball coming out of the woods. He had to go way up into the woods to find the ball. And the uniqueness about this game, again, 2 weeks in a row. Last week we had a little Nantucket slash opposing team player in Sims, who was a nephew of Johnson's. This week's game we have a player by the name of Chris Minks. He is a grandson, and he has a lot of uncles living on Nantucket from the Hughes family. Charlie Hughes is a grandfather. Jimmy Geesley. There's another Hughes brother in there, like name I'm missing at the moment, but he's in the game, and we just talked to his mom, Sherry Hughes, who is living over in the Cape area. He's a sophomore here for Cape Tech.
And we want to remind you that the pregame is brought to you by Harbor Fuel. Remember that each and every game, Harbor Fuel donates $100 in the name of the game's MVP to a general scholarship fund that helps to further the cost of higher education. That's Harbor Fuel, 24-hour service. You can reach them at 228-2411.
And we're looking for Chris Warner. He's somewhere in the stands here. We'll see if we can pick him out. Chris, can you come down? Chris is coming down from the high roof boxes. They get your way up there in the high roof box. I'm glad. Yeah, don't stand up there. You're tall enough, is it? Okay, that's much better. I don't like to talk to people taller than me. It makes me nervous.
I was actually just waiting for the sponsor list to be over. Figured I could go by Harwich and see if the game was over there. Come back.
Did you doze off during that? Is that what you're saying?
I guess I did. I don't know. I was opening up with Hutch's, and then I woke up, and it was time to be on. So
I see you wheeling your Wheeler JV shirt there today. Big game Monday, Coach. You involved in that game Monday? You're writing, or are you coaching Monday?
I'll be doing a little bit of both, but mostly coaching, helping out with special teams. The JV's, of course, undefeated in the against the JV competition. Their one loss this year coming to Sandwich in their fledgling varsity squad, but some very talented talented sophomores and some really good-looking freshmen on the squad. So home team will be able to get a look at them. It'll be actually right before this broadcast, but on Monday afternoon.
Yeah, the game will be played Monday afternoon. If you're listening now, you won't be able to see the game if you don't know about it. But the game will be on TV Tuesday night. Channel 3 will be there Monday afternoon covering that game, and that game will be on tomorrow night if you're watching this Monday night, Tuesday at 7:30.
Yeah, I think it will show a lot of what Nantucket's younger players have to offer. It's really pretty well experienced offensive line and a lot of great specialty players. Some very fast backs, and Ryan Conway, the freshman quarterback, doing a good job leading the offense. Defensively, it's one of the best JV teams I've seen.
What can we look for here in the ball game today, Cape Tech versus Nantucket?
One thing that Nantucket has to do is establish a running game early. Cape Tech obviously going to be trying to do the same thing. I think line-wise, size-wise, they're similar. Cape Tech is enjoying one of the best turnouts it's ever had in terms of its football program. A lot of that has been bolstered by the addition of Harwich's school. I was talking to their AD, Glenn Rose, also their basketball coach, and he was saying that anywhere between 30 and 40 Harwich players have come and helped make a squad of over 60 players for Cape Tech Harwich. That makes a big difference. If Nantucket defensively can stop Ray Moss, who is number 35 for Cape Tech, has scored 2 touchdowns last year, has really been a pleasant surprise for them, then Cape Tech will have to go to the passing game, which they really haven't done much this year, and I think Nantucket will have the advantage there.
The one opponent that I root for year in, year out is Cape Tech. I'm really hoping for them to win the Mayflower Small one of these years. I thought this year they might have a shot at. Technically, they're still alive, even though they have the one loss, and I believe West Bridgewater and Old Colony are undefeated, so a lot of it would have to happen. But I'm really looking for the year that Cape Tech does get over that hump, beats the Old Colony, beats the West Bridgewater, and moves up and plays in a potential Super Bowl in Division 6. That would be nice.
Yeah, I think it's a situation where success breeds success. More people are getting involved. Over in Harwich, for the first time, they had a Pop Warner League this year, something they've started up, and more people are getting involved with football. So who knows, in the next couple of years, it could be a serious contender.
Okay, they're having a little Mums Day here before the game. It's about 5 minutes to kickoff. The mums are going to be out, senior mums for Cape Tech, and on it before the game, and we'll have the game underway. And we'll be looking for you at halftime, Chris, with some stats from the Inquirer and Mirror.
I'll be here. Just tell me ahead of time if you're going to do that sponsor list again.
Yeah, we'll send you down. We'll send you down to get a couple of subs, and you'll be able to get back in time.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, I got plenty of time. I can go to Hyannis and get some subs if you want.
Nice talking to Chris Warner. He's so serious. It's always fun to have aboard. Okay, we see the co-captains heading out in the field for Cape Tech. Captain Jake Barr, number 8. Captain Jared Franklin, number 32. Captain Jesse McKenzie, number 47. Captain Jimmy Stetson, number 33. The 4 co-captains for Cape Tech, and also for the Whalers, co-captain Joey Hallett and Alex Trebby. And they have it. Trebby has made it here and for the start of the game, taking his SATs this morning. And
broadcast of these programs is made possible by Nantucket Bank. Nantucket Bank is committed in its support of all school athletic programs as a vital component of our children's education. Community support is a tradition at Nantucket Bank, so remember Nantucket Bank for your banking needs.
Okay, Nantucket coming off last week's 34-34 tie, one of the most exciting games played around Nantucket in a few years. And people said, when was the last time Nantucket had a tie? The last tie, Nantucket, 23 years ago, 1976. Nantucket won 231 games without a tie, and they had it last week versus Bourne. Bourne, by the way, played last night and beat Norton 20-14, and Walker, the boy that had the 2 big run backs versus Nantucket last week and got his head banged near the end of the game, did play and scored 2 touchdowns last week. And Sims caught the winning touchdown passes. Bourne knocked off Norton 20-14. And we're going to have the national anthem here. I assume we're going to hear it with this loud broadcasting thing right over our head. They're going to blare it right into us here in a moment. And national anthem can be brought to you by...
Brought to you by Bob's Auto Repair of Nantucket Island and Harbor Fuel.
Nantucket, I believe, has won the toss. We're waiting for the marching band to get onto the field. They're up in the parking lot, and That man told them he could not bring their car in, so the marching band had to put their car back up in the parking lot and then march on out it.
Oh, there is no national anthem.
There is no national anthem. All right.
Oh, there is one, but they're not playing.
That was a quick national anthem, one of the quickest national anthems in a few years, and it was well done.
Yeah, that was a good one. A portion of today's game is also brought to you by Something Natural from Nantucket. You can visit their new location at Nantucket Bagel Company. They're on 6 Oak Street. One of my favorites is the veggie sandwich on a bagel. Nice crisp veggies with a little bit of cheese. And you can call in your orders at 228-0504.
And this is a kickoff.
All right. Kickoff, huh?
And we saw David Pina over there.
Yeah, those kickoffs are brought to you by Pina Bus Lines. Remember, the official carrier of the Nantucket Whalers is the Pina Bus Lines. Located in Osterville, they have all your transportation needs for the special events or occasions. And it's a 22-passenger minibus available. You can reach them at 508-428-2062.
Chris Garner gathers it in and stays on his feet, and nice return. Chris Garner's going to get it out close to the 40-yard line. The ball bounced down and almost got over Gardner's head, and Gardner brought it in and brought it up at about the 3, brought it up close to 36, 37 yards, and we have an injured Crusader, number 61, down. And again, we have a roster that's not in numerical order. So Brad Stevens, number 61, getting up slow, and Brad is not going to make it off the field on his own. So we're going to have a short pause here as the trainer and the coaches from Cape Tech go out and check on Brad. And doesn't look like Brad's going to be ready to play this first play of the game.
Brad Stevens on the ground.
And the trainer is out there checking him right now, and we'll see. The Whalers are sort of in a huddle. Cape Tech is ready to go on defense, but we're not going to start the play with Brad Stevens down.
We'd like to remind you that the first quarter is brought to you by Valero & Sons Incorporated, 60 Old South Road. And you can get your annuals, your perennials, rose bushes, bird seed, bird bass, whole 9 yards. They're open Monday through Saturday at 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, first quarter is brought to you by Bob's Auto Repair at 48 Nobledier Farm Road. And you can call them at 228-1239. Valero & Sons and Bob's Auto Repair.
Okay, Stevens is still down out there. One of the big games going on today as far as Division 5 is concerned is Greater Lawrence versus Tingsboro. Tingsboro, you remember, came to Nantucket as they have in the last 5 years for the scrimmage over Labor Day weekend. So Nantucket knows a little bit about Tingsboro. But Tingsboro versus Greater Lawrence today, both teams going in at 7-0. The winner of that game will take a big step towards the Division 5 Super Bowl against the winner of the Nantucket Vineyard game coming up on November 21st, a big game between Nantucket and Vineyard. So we should know one of the opponents for that Super Bowl game today. Tingsboro, as we said, Tingsboro has a pretty good kicker too, and a running back. Dias for Tingsboro, Jeff Dias, senior, set a school record a couple of weeks ago when he kicked a 51-yard field goal, Bob. High school football, 51-yard field goal.
Wow, that's a record.
That's a good kick. And we see a nice round of applause for Stevens, who's up, walking off the field on his own, Diana. So that's good news. He,
Diana.
huh?
Diana.
Diana.
He said that.
I said that.
He said that.
Bob, please.
I didn't have my headset.
So Stevens is up in. So we have a little delay in the game here, but now we're ready to go. We see Nantucket and we have Roberts and Gunn in the backfield. Fraker split wide out here. Handoff by Treby to Roberts. Roberts, a straight dive into the line of scrimmage, picks up about 5 yards, so that it's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Cape Tech's opening up in a 4-4. Nantucket very familiar with the 4-4, and Nantucket gets 4 or 5 yards off Roberts on the first carry. That's going to be to their benefit. Treby running the option. A lot of room out here on the right. He's going to keep the ball. Pitch it to Gardner. but it's going to wind up losing yards. Stinson comes across. Trebi led Gardner a little bit at that, and when Gardner takes the pitch, Cape Tech swarms in on him and knocks him down, and Gardner only picks up about 2. Looked like that play was going to go for a lot more than it did. Ferrantella leaving the game. Nantucket's going to go to the way double flanker. Trebi calling signals, hands the ball to Gardner on the power. He's got the first down and gets to the 45-yard line.
And Dick, I'd just like to mention that Nantucket Airlines will be offering special rates for all those Martha's Vineyard people that are coming for the big game November 21st. That's the Nantucket Airlines, and you can call them at 228-6234.
Yeah, we figured some of our Vineyard spies are listening in on some of these tapes getting ready for that big game, so tell them how they can get over here. We're not going to tell them how to get back, but they're going to just buy one-way tickets to get to Nantucket.
Yeah.
Trebi throwing, looking for, Rhinamo downfield. Timmy couldn't hang on to it, and a little bit surprised with Trebi, who didn't have a warm-up session here, getting to the game late, throwing right away, but Coach Capizzo is going to mix it up here and go with the run and the pass. First down situation, though. Nantucket will be going 2nd and 10, ball on the 44. We're in the first quarter, 0-0.
Go check. Gardner the ball carrier.
Gardner missed tackles there.
By number 32, Franklin.
They had Gardner in the backfield. They couldn't wrap him up, and Chris goes ahead for about a 7-yard pickup.
And a portion of today's game is brought to you by Fairgrounds Restaurant, servicing all the island year-round. Fairgrounds is open for dinners 4:30 to 10 p.m. You can reach them at 228-4095. And don't forget Puddley's Pub, part of the Fairgrounds Restaurant. You can go to Puddley's to watch your Monday night football game, sponsored by Budweiser, and food at halftime.
Roberts breaks it.
Brought down by number 86, the Cape Cod Cat.
Matt Roberts right up the middle. Cape Tech, I believe, is keying on Gardner an awful lot today. This time Roberts slips right through, and Nantucket has their second first down of the day, and the ball is down to the 14-yard line.
50-50 time, Dick.
That's 50-50, and Sherry Hughes from Nantucket is selling the 50-50, so we're gonna have to buy some tickets from her. She's gonna be on TV selling tickets. Okay, Trevi looking to pass here. 1st and 10. He got O'Bean in the end zone. Floats it up, and it's intercepted.
In the goal, the ball is right up to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Cape Cod Cat on their 20-yard line.
So Trevi looking for Seitz in the end zone. Seitz was open. When Trevi threw it, though, picked off by number 80 in the end zone. So Cape Tech stops Nantucket's first drive and has the ball on the 20.
And don't forget that Valero and Sons are having a 20% off trees and privet right now. Now is the time to plant. 10% off fall fertilizer and lime. You can do your fall bulbs for spring bloom, daffodils, tulips, and much more. They also have seasoned firewood, so don't forget to visit them Monday through Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Valero and Sons at 60 Old South Road, 228-2397.
Okay, 1st and 10, Cape Tech hands off. McKenzie picks up about 2 there, right in the middle of the line. Nantucket stopped that one cold, but I got my 50-50 bought, Bob.
Gain of about 3. Second
I gotta buy a couple of those tickets. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, 2nd and 8, first quarter. Cape Tech stops Nantucket's first drive of the day with the interception. And now they work at 2nd and 8 from the 22.
Stinson, the ball carrier.
Stinson turns the corner.
First down marker on the 30-yard line. Brought down by number 25, Nantucket Gardner.
So Stinson turns the corner there, and just shy of the first down. Stinson's a little guy, and he really turned on the speed getting up the corner there. Nantucket has had a lot of success this year stopping plays of that nature, but Stinson sort of fooled him on that, and Gardner had to come across and keep Stinson from making the first down. 3rd and 1 here. Hand off to Moss, and Nantucket stops him in the backfield. He tries to dive forward. I don't think he's going to make the first down here. It's going to bring up 4th and a foot. And a big early decision here for Coach McDonald for Cape Tech. And he's going to have to kick it. He doesn't want to kick it. 4th and less than a yard here. But Nantucket makes the big stop on Moss. Moss has been their big gun the last couple of weeks. And
Punting situation, back seat to Nantucket, number 25, Gardner. Ray Moss will be doing the punting chores.
Ray Moss will do the kicking. I doubt if Cape Tech will run a fake out of this. It's going to be stopped.
Ball picked up by Ray Moss. And Nantucket will take possession inside the 20-yard line.
That's how they get you, Bob.
All right, so Moss can't handle the snap, and with that, he's snowed on to Hunter Mickelson, the first one there. And Nantucket's going to take over here inside
So 1st and 10.
on the 20. Okay, we see the coaching.
Coach is pissed.
Some crazy fan on the stands yelling. We hope we're not picking up any of that.
Oh, boy.
Trevi calling signals. Gives the ball to Gardner. He's going to go in. Chris Gardner. Touchdown.
20-yard run for Gardner.
Chris Gardner runs it in from 20, and Nantucket has scored here with 5:38 to go in the first quarter.
Go Nantucket. And a portion of the game is brought to you by the Atlantic Cafe. Don't forget their original Thursday night rib night for $9.95.
And we're getting ready for an extra point, Diana.
Oh, boy. Well, I know what that means, Dick.
Tell everybody what it means, Diana.
It means we're getting ready for an extra point.
All right, we're going to call this extra point. Bob's favorite player's out there, Kevin Martin. Bob loves Kevin. He's going to have a Kevin Martin fan club. Kevin's getting ready.
I think he could have made a difference last.
Here's the kick by Kevin. Ball's down, a kick is up, and good.
All right, that extra point is brought to you today by Congdon and Coleman Insurance. 57 Main Street for all your insurance needs. You can call them at 228-0344. Congdon and Coleman Insurance.
Featuring pizza, hot dogs, sodas, also
So Cape Tech has to be a little bit down right now. They come out, they got the interception in the end zone, got the ball right back, just missed getting a first down, and then has to punt the ball and never gets to punt off as Moss could not handle the snap. Then they get the ball here for the second time. Cape Tech line coach very upset talking to his line here right in front of us. Let's see if any of that's going to rub off on them as they'll go out here and try to do the blocking for Cape Tech, as Cape Tech's going to get their hands on the ball for the second time today. We're getting ready for this kickoff.
Kickoff. Remember, kickoffs are brought to you by Peanut Bus Lines, the official carrier.
Are you taking this seriously?
Well, you know.
Chad Franklin receives the ball.
Don't forget, Peanut Bus Lines.
The official carry of the wheel is right, and a good return there by Cape Tech.
40-yard line. 1st and 10, Cape Cod Tech.
On offense! So Cape Tech offense will get another chance here to move the ball. As we mentioned earlier, Ray Moss has been one of the better ball carriers the last few weeks. He got stopped by Nantucket. His only carry of the game. Stinson had the best run of the day, picking up about 8 yards for Cape Tech. More users are coming into the stand, right? Too many users around here. Okay.
Yeah, who's that character there?
So Cape Tech runs right into the middle of the line. They're not going to make much yardage in the middle of the line, and Nantucket stops them. Farentella in on the stop for the Whalers, and 2nd and 9.
Ball's on the 35-yard line. 2nd down.
All right, Cape Tech calling signals, running out the wishbone. They can run the option. They have Moss on the outside. Nice move by the quarterback. And he turns up the field, and Sisha brings him down. Chris Barr, senior quarterback. Nice move by Barr. He moved up the field nicely. It looked like he might have broke it, Diana, but good. Oh, and they're going to...
Oh, no.
They're going to call this one back.
If there's a penalty.
Flag down on the field.
They're going to call this one back. So Cape Tech, nice run by Barr. Flag way back here in front of the coaching staff. And this whole run is going to come back. So Cape Tech a little bit depressed after that one, Diana.
Okay. And we'd like to remind you again, Dick, the first quarter is brought to you by Bob's Auto Repair. If you have anything you need repaired in your four-wheel vehicle or any of your cars, go to 48 Novadear Farm Road for Bob's Auto Repair, 228-1239.
So tough penalty there for Cape Tech. Cape Tech has a first down wiped off and back working 2nd and 12 now.
Stinson, the ball carrier.
Stinson, hard running by Stinson.
To the 39-yard line. 7 yards in the game.
Jim Stinson, who has done well in the past versus Nantucket. I remember from last year and when he was a sophomore too. Injured a lot this year, hasn't got a lot of playing time, but he looked strong on that run, bouncing off 2 or 3 tacklers after picking up about 5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 here for Cape Tech. 4 minutes ago here in the first quarter, Nantucket holding a 7-0 lead.
Dick, I see you wearing gloves. Your hands are a little cold there?
A little chilly here today, right? Here's the option again, and this time he pitches it.
He's brought down by number 61. Nantucket.
Yeah, the sun is fading.
Shade. It's from the sun.
The sun is fading in behind us. What little sun I have is being taken away by Chris Warner here. who said before the game he's going to stand behind me
Oh, sure. He's
and
got
block
that
the sun.
long
He's coming in
coat
on pretty. He's got a big long coat and everything, right?
Freeze us out.
Hey, Ray Moss is getting ready to take his 2nd attempt at punting. Cape Tech botched the first one here. Let's see if Moss can get this one off. Gahn and Fraker are deep. High pass. This one's over Moss's head.
Gosh.
And he gets it off. But it's only going to go for about a 6-yard punt.
3 yards. So
7-yard punt, maybe.
over 1st and 10.
So the punting game is really hurting Cape Tech here. Special teams, not working today.
You're just nervous. That's what it is. You can tell.
Nervous. They've played 7 minutes, Bob. The nerves ought to be gone by now.
And we'd like to remember Harbor Fuel today. Over 30 years of dependable service on the island. 24-hour service. They got all the good stuff over there. 228-2411. Harbor Fuel.
Okay,
Timeout, Crusaders.
Cape Tech is taking a timeout and going to talk to their coaching staff. Defense hasn't been that bad in this game.
The 50-50 raffle tickets may be purchased right now.
Will is over to this side of the field.
10 for 15.
This game's moving right along pretty well.
Moving right along, Bobby. Got 1 pass, 2 pass, I guess, thrown. 1 was caught, 1 was dropped.
It's interesting.
7 o'clock here at Big Park Tech.
So far.
Thank you, Bob.
Any parent who has not made sandwiches for away games and would like to do so for the last away game, please sign up at the concession stand today.
Here's an announcement. Anybody wants to make sandwiches for the away game, Bob? You up for that? No comment by Bob. Bob, we want to make sandwiches for Monday's game. We want you to come to Monday's game. Cape Tech will be visiting Nantucket Monday. And if you're watching this game Monday night, the JV game will be on Tuesday. JV enjoying a great season. I believe they're 7-1. Their only loss coming to Sandwich, which is a sort of a varsity team playing their last year of JV football. Hand off to Gardner. Gardner scored the last time he had a hand on the ball, and
Hey, can't put his hand on his face mask.
he gets pushed out of bounds here at about the 40. We see another injured Crusader. One of the kids that was in on a tackle, 42.
Ball was spotted on the 35-yard line.
So a 6-yard pickup for Gardner. Gardner coming into this game with 18 touchdowns, so that's his 19th touchdown of the year. He's second in Division 5 behind Bo Morales of Greater Lawrence. And Greater Lawrence, as we mentioned earlier, having that big game versus Tingsboro today.
This game's going to be rebroadcast on Wednesday night, Dick, in case you're interested.
Okay, so you could be watching this game Monday or Wednesday. Hand off to Roberts. Roberts hits in the backfield, gets away.
Ball carrier, Roberts, broke loose and he gained about 2. The third down and 2.
So Roberts hit in the backfield. Looks like he's going down for loss. Breaks a couple of tackles and brings the ball almost up to the first down mark. And they're talking to be 3rd and 1. Okay, Trebby getting the signals. We see Rick Sirocco coming in for Roberts, so let's see what Nantucket will do on this. Bringing Sirocco in, they're certainly going to either hand off to Gardner or throw a pass play out of it. And Trebby is rolling out. He's got plenty of room. He picks up the first down.
The first down inside the 30, brought down by number 7, Aronson.
Harrison makes a tackle, but Trebby picks up the first down. Nantucket's 4th of the day here. And Nantucket moves the chains. The ball on about the 20.
First and 10, Whalers.
Down to the 27. So 1st and 10, Nantucket under 2 minutes. Nantucket's holding a 7-0 lead here. Joey Hall at the center. Interior lineman Boynton's back today. Didn't play last week. Boynton's at his left tackle spot. And that's where they run this time. Gardner right over left tackle. Picks up 2 or 3. Porter Fraker, the X-back tight end. On one side is Farentella. Also in there is, for the Wheels on the offensive line, number 68, Lepre, number 64, McGrath. Number 56, Gowacki, doing a great job all year, the offensive line for the Whalers. All right, 2nd and 7 here. Hand off to Roberts, who just get back in. Roberts picks up the first down and looked like he might break one more tackle, but it gets knocked down at the 10. So Diana and the Whalers are moving the ball well here in this drive.
Yeah, I love watching this, Dick. And just to remind you, a portion of the first quarter is brought to you by Fairgrounds Restaurant, a personal favorite of my own. They've got a great salad bar, and they've got some really friendly people that I used to work with at the bank. So go down to Fairgrounds and have yourself a nice meal.
Okay, Trevi hands off again to Roberts.
And the middle of the defensive line.
Roberts has a hard time picking up anything there, and can bring up 2nd and about 9. And we see just about 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Nantucket may get one more playoff here. A little bit slow getting back to the house. They may not get this last playoff. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on the clock. Trevi getting the play sent in from the sidelines. 2nd and about 5 from the 5. Clock ticking down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and they get the play off. Trevi rolls out, pitches the ball to God. It's on the ground. And that
play covered by Nantucket's number 35.
Roberts falls on it, but that will end the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, Nantucket is leading 7-0, and it'll be a 3rd down as the fields go back to the sidelines, and we'll head up the other end.
I have a couple of observations. One, Cape Tech is playing better than usual, I think.
Bob says Cape Tech is playing better than you. That's the first one.
The ads read as well. Our channel 3 ads.
The ads are doing great this week. We have a new ad lady in the booth.
He's just jealous that I'm doing such a good job. He's going to be out of commission with no job next week.
If we can get a good camera person here. We'll be in
Yeah.
great shape next
Yeah,
week.
since I'm doing such a terrible job at reading the ads, maybe I'll move to the camera next.
We got an injury out there?
Roberts hasn't got up after recovering the fumble. Trebby pitched it out. The fumble went astray. Roberts ran over and fell on it. Then I think a couple of Cape Tech people fell on top of him. And sometimes that's a situation to getting the wind knocked out of you as you're on the ball. And then when someone jumps on top of you, you get the ball pushed back into your stomach. So let's hope that's just what it is. Usually a player gets up and plays after that.
Is there actually someone on the ground there?
That's Roberts, Trainer Webb, and I believe Dr. Lepre
Wow.
will be out there. He's usually at the game, but I'm not sure.
13-yard line.
But the ball is going to be on the 13. We hear Mike Conley over here calling the play, so we know what this play is. We're gonna be a spy here. We listen to Mike. Mike said they're gonna call a twin pop. Do you know what that means, Diana?
Yeah, what is a twin pop exactly?
Well, it's raspberry on one side, strawberry on the other. They're gonna throw the ball to the tight end, Diana. Do you know who the tight end is?
I don't know. Does that mean I have to read a kickoff or something? Is that the extra point?
I'm gonna show Bob that you're not as good as he thinks.
We finally found someone that knows less about football than me.
Okay, we're going to look for pass play here. They're going to try to throw the ball to Ferrantino. Roberts is up off the field. That is Dr. Lepre. He'll take a few plays off, but let's look for Trebby to be throwing on this down. Looking, there it goes. Touchdown, Nantucket. That was too easy.
Number 80 for Nantucket for a touchdown. That is
Vic Ferrantella. Ferrantella gets a touchdown here. Second week in a row, Vic has scored, and Nantucket on the first play of the second quarter has scored here, and we'll be getting ready for the extra point.
Okay, that extra point. And we want to remind you that the extra points today are brought to you by Congdon and Coleman Insurance, right there at 57 Main Street. You can reach them at 228-0344 for all your insurance needs. That's Congdon and Coleman Insurance.
Martin getting ready to kick here. Snap, ball's down, kick is up, and good. Good kick, Bob. Martin's 2 for 2 today. Bob,
They wouldn't listen to me last week, Dick. It could have broken the tie.
in the overtime last week, Bob was yelling, kick, kick. They did kick, Bob. What are you talking about?
Come on, Crusaders!
But they had Martin kick one and Trebby kick one.
Should have Martin kick ball.
All right, so anyways, 9:54 to go in the first half. Nantucket has taken advantage of some early mistakes on the part of Cape Tech, mainly the Cape Tech punting team, and has gotten the ball twice on poor punts and has scored both times, once by Gardner, the other time by a Trebby to Ferrantella pass, and we're getting ready for this kickoff.
Kickoff.
Brought to you by
Brought to you by the Peanut Bus Lines. 22 passenger minibuses available, and they are ready to help you for all your transportation needs, especially special events or occasions. Just call them at 508-428-2062.
good kickoff by Trebby and Cape Tech. Cape Tech, yeah, had to pick that up. The receiver was looking for the ball to go into the end zone, Bob, and it never got into the end zone. He had to pick it up on about the 2-yard line. Free ball if it's not picked up. He had to pick it up on about the 2 and really had nowhere to go. Not much blocking down here. He tries to take it out, only gets it out to about the 10. So Cape Tech really backed up here in the shadow of their own end zone, trailing 14-0.
Strike my comments earlier that they're actually playing better.
First and 10.
Okay.
It's the same old Cape Tech.
That's stricken right from the tape, Bob.
We'll slash that out.
Chris Warner has moved over a little bit. We're getting a little bit of sun on the left side of the booth.
We are?
9:42 to go. And Wheeler defense here. Boynton and Lepre the tackles. Ferrantella, no, Rhinomo's in there. Rhinomo and Clutty, the defensive ends. Hands off to Stinson, who's been running well today. Goes nowhere this time as Rhinomo brings him down. Linebackers in the middle. Hallett and Roberts is usually in the middle.
No game of play.
I don't know if he came back in after getting dinged on that last play. We'll check that out. Hunter Mickelson and Seitz, the outside backers. Now we see Rick Sirocco in the middle for Roberts. Porter Frake in playing a little bit safety now. Nantucket's got 4 backs deep. Now Frake is coming up on a stunt. And Ray Moss tries to turn the corner. Ray Moss. So Ray Moss picks up 30. Good run there for the Cape Cod Crusaders.
And the second quarter is brought to you by Island Parcel Plus. Go visit Jimmy down there at 2 Gregland Avenue. They're just like all your local post offices. They offer passport photos in addition to your regular postal services, and I have my mailbox there, and they are just great. Go visit them at Island Parcel Plus, 2 Gregland Avenue.
First down of the day for Cape Tech. Now they're going to run the option. Barnes looking to pitch. Now he does. Not much room to turn the corner. Beamish comes right across and knocks Stinson out of bounds there. He picks up about 3 yards there, but Cape Tech looks a little bit more impressive on this drive. And even though Bob has counted them out after they've been down 14-0, there may be a little bit of life left in them, Bob. We run that play, right, Bob? 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6. 8:29 to go here in the first half. Now they give the ball back to Moss.
Ray makes the move. He's inside the Whalers territory. Right down inside the 45-yard line.
So Ray Moss picks up another first down, and Cape Tech is moving the ball now. Ray Moss and
The tackle is Gardner.
Ray Moss a little bit slow getting up, and he'll be. Yeah, we have a timeout called by Nantucket. So Nantucket a little bit concerned with the running of Ray Moss here. Calls a quick timeout and gone back to talk to Coach Capizzo and the staff on the sideline.
What was everybody yelling about there, Dick? Everybody looked a little hostile.
Well, Cape Tech is trying to get themselves a little bit fired up here, Diana. They're down 14-0, but they got a little bit of drive going, so they're yelling. Let's go score a touchdown here and really get Nantucket nervous. Nantucket a little bit nervous right now. Ball's across midfield on the 43, and Nantucket, as I said, took the timeout to go back and talk over what's going on here. They don't want to get Moss moving. He's picked up something like 30-8, so 38 yards in his last 2 carries here, and moving the ball for the Crusaders.
Ball is on the 43-yard line of the Whalers. 1st and 10 Crusaders.
Okay, 1st and 10. Nantucket back out on the field. Crusaders ready to go. Moss is in the backfield. Running out the wishbone, hand off to Stinson.
Stinson, the ball carrier.
And Stinson goes nowhere.
Of about 3 inside the 40.
They're going to call it a 3-yard pickup. Stinson made a lot of that on his own, ducked his head, and Hallett in the middle of that. But Stinson put his head down and bowled right into the line and picks up most of that on his own. Roberts, we see Matt Roberts, that's a good sign, coming back in the game for the Whalers. So Matty's not hurt and will be playing. Look for Moss to get the ball going right here. 7:49 to go here in the first half. They're running the option, looking to Moss, keeps it, and 4-yard pickup for Jake Barr here for Crusaders. And what do you think they're going to run this time, Diana?
Where or when? What's the question?
Oh, that's the name of a song, right? Where and when? 1950, The Drifters. 3rd down and about 4 here. 7:13 to go. Oh, Stinson! Looks like he might pick up the first down. And all these Crusader fans in the stands here are going wild. First down for the Crusaders.
All right, good for them. And we'd like to remember Marine Home Center today. Go pick up your winter polar fleece blankets. I'm gonna go get myself one.
Okay, 3 first downs. Crusaders are moving. Handoff up the middle. McKenzie try to fool the Whalers middle of the defense with the fullback, and they're gonna pick up a few.
Number 61 into the tackle, Howard again.
Howard right in the middle, didn't fall for the
Second and
fake,
7.
makes the tackle,
27.
but it's a 3-yard pickup. Crusaders will take 3 anytime they can get the fullback up the middle. That opens up the outside a little bit, and Cape Tech has been successful running the ball on the outside with Moss and Stinson running it. Let's see if the bar runs the option again. Here he goes, going right. Jake hang and slips up.
Jake by the ball carrier.
Looked like Jake should have pitched that time to Moss. Moss had a little bit of room on the outside. Jake decided to go upfield, slips on the field.
Still no gain on that.
No gain on it, so it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Cape Tech hasn't put the ball in the air today, so we'll see what they do here.
Hey Dick, I'd like to mention how nice it is to be here in person and smell that popcorn. What do you think of that?
Popcorn's cooking. We'll have to go down.
Palm oil.
I can smell that. Really, really strong smell.
We'll have to get some at halftime. Okay, Cape Tech runs the ball to Moss.
Ball carrier.
And Moss
Ray gets down inside the 25.
Moss rides a few wheelers that time. He had Roberts on his back, Garner coming up, somebody else, and Moss carries a few wheelers forward, picks up about 4 yards, so it's going to be 4th down and about 4 here for Nantucket. 5:17 to go in the first quarter. Big 4th down play, Diana.
4th down, huh?
Yeah, they have to get a 1st down now, or they give the ball up to the Whalers. So this is a big call. This is on-the-job training for Diana.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this down for the next game.
Wait till Eric hears this tape. Our good buddy Eric up at Cambridge. He's on vacation. He's out west. Some trying to sell Nantucket nectar out west.
By the pass.
Completes it.
Received just short of a 1st down.
Oh.
What's that? It's
So
not
they-
good, huh?
So they complete the pass, but they don't pick up enough for the 1st down.
Here comes my
Running
quarterback
game with the
sneak.
receiver.
No, 4th down. Nantucket takes over on downs here.
So the Nantucket will take over down on about the 21-yard line.
That worked out well. That's equivalent to a punt, right?
Whalers.
Kind of. I mean,
Yeah, they had the ball deep down. They didn't want to give it up here. They're down 14-0. 4:40 to go here. Nantucket gets another drive going, and they're going to take a lot of time off the clock. The only thing that
they need a turnover.
Cape Tech can hope for to get some momentum back in their favor is the turnover, Bob. Trebby hands off to Roberts, and Roberts is going to go up the middle for a few.
It's gonna be like Nantucket fumbled.
Oh yeah.
They get and then Kate picks the ball.
So a 5-yard pickup for Roberts. Roberts is having a little bit of success in the middle of the line for the Whalers. Ball out to the 25, 2nd and 6, 4:14 to go here in the 1st half. Roberts gone to behind. Trebby.
Timeout, Crusaders.
So that's an odd one. Nantucket out of the huddle, comes out on the ball, and the referee lets Cape Tech call a timeout.
They want to stop the clock.
They wanted to stop the call. I heard the coach saying, get the water over here. So they're getting ready to call the timeout. They must have notified the official, Diana, that they wanted to call a timeout before the play started, and they got the timeouts called.
Is that what's so odd that they did it beforehand?
Yeah, usually you got to have the ball, or the play's got to be stopped before letting Nantucket come out of the huddle and then call the timeout. That's sort of the oddity of the play.
So you can't do that premeditated stuff, huh?
No.
Not allowed.
Also, the Crusaders versus meeting will be on Tuesday, November 10th at 7 p.m.
Hey Dick, if you need to have a passport photo done or any signs or cards,
Are you assuming that I gotta get out of the country in a hurry?
you can go visit Jimmy at Island Parcel Plus. That's 2 Gregland Avenue, and his phone number is 228-3500.
Sometimes-
Everything first class.
Sometimes
They do.
Sometime when you come over to Hyannis, you feel you need your passport to get off the island. Trebby going for it all, throwing the sights. Oh, and sights can't hang on. Seitz made an unbelievable catch last week in the game to force the overtime, and the pitcher in the Acquire Mirror was unbelievable for them to catch that. Jim Powers taking a great shot of Jordan Seitz in the end zone, and I don't know how he held on to that. I don't think they would let that catch go in the Kennedy compound on Thanksgiving morning, but they let it go last week. All right, Trevi hands off the Gardner in the draw. A play that's been successful for Nantucket this year, but goes nowhere as the Crusaders gobble up Gardner before he can get across the line. Channel 3 in Harwich this weekend. Cape Tech freshman heading over to Nantucket Monday afternoon. If you're watching this game Monday night, that game will be shown. The JV game will be shown Tuesday night. And the varsity game, if you're missing portions of tonight's game, will be shown again on Wednesday night. Next week, Channel 3 will be traveling up to Southeast. Early morning game, Bob. We got to get up at 6 o'clock, say bye to Ruth, hit the road for the doubleheader up at Southeast next week, Bob.
I'm looking forward to it. That Wednesday night game is going to be at 9 p.m.
The Wednesday night game, Wednesday night Wheeler football. Nantucket has to punt. First punt of the day, almost blocked. Crusaders getting in there. Picked up by Stinson here, trying to get a return going. Not much room, and he picks up about 5. Cape Tech had a big rush on Porter Fraker, and all of a sudden, the Crusaders get the ball back with 3:02 to go here in the first half, trailing 14-0. But what amazed me was how quick the defensive ends for Cape Tech cut in there, almost getting to Porter Fraker. He got the punt off in good fashion there.
And again, we want to remind you that the portion of the game is brought to you by Harbor Fuel Oil Corporation, and they are experts in tire sales, and they have all sorts of tires and mounting and balancing, and give them a call at 228-2411.
Moss into the middle of the line, not much there. Host of Will is on top from Boynton. Who else do we see getting picked up? Lepre from the bottom of the pile, and Moss doesn't make much, about 2 yards, so 2nd and 8. But the clock is running. Crusaders, last time they had the ball, moved down the field approximately 60 yards, 3 first downs, and had to give the ball up. They would like to get another drive going. Time is working against them here. 2nd and 8. Hand off to Stinson. Turns the corner and just about midfield at the 50. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 7. Coach Conley for the Whalers up here yelling that the defensive end for the Whalers lining up offside. No flag comes out. So good thing Mike's not a ref. He would have thrown the flag at his own team that time. 3rd and 7. 1:50 to go. Cape Tech hasn't had much success, and now they're going to call a quick timeout. What I was getting ready to say is Cape Tech hasn't had much success punting the ball, so they hope to pick up the 7 yards here, but they're going to take a timeout and talk it over, Diana.
Yeah, sounds good, Dick. And let's remember the Fairgrounds restaurant while we're taking a timeout. And remember Pudley's Pub. You can go down there and have a brewski, hang out, have some good food, and be in a good atmosphere. It's a beautiful restaurant. If you haven't been in there, go check it out. Over there at 27 Fairgrounds Road, 228-4095.
They made an announcement, Bob. Somebody left their lights on the parking lot. Is that your car?
It happened in our computerized Grand Am there. Foolproof.
You can't leave your light.
Beeps at us when we leave, you know that everything's okay. It does.
I see Coach Ed McDonald heading up to the parking lot. Maybe it's his car. I don't know. But anyway, someone's lights on. It's up in the parking lot there.
Maybe Sandy Beach.
Sandy Beach, yeah. Oh, Ed's up above us. Okay. Coach Ed McDonald is up above us. That's unique that the head coach is up in the stands scouting. Something you don't see so often. Bob's looking for him now. Bob has not gone off his rocker. Okay, 1:47 to go here. Crusaders working a 3rd and 7. Big down for them. Nantucket bringing 8 men up on the line of scrimmage. The pitch is bad pitch, and looked like Beamish. So the Crusaders give the turnover, which they didn't want to give here, on the 41 with 1:41 to go here. Working a third down, looking at a fourth down, not wanting to punt the ball, and they get out of punting the ball, but they give Nantucket excellent field position here. The ball on the 40. Fumble recovery by Chris Beamish.
Only a minute 41 to go, so maybe they'll make it.
But Nantucket is very good in the last 2 minutes of a half here, and they could score one in a hurry. Gardner goes in motion. Roberts the only back behind Trevi. Trevi looking to throw. Downfield along to Fraker. Oh!
Pass was intended for Fraker.
Looking for Fraker in stride there as Nantucket sent a pick inside with sights and try to put Fraker on the outside. You've seen that play before, right, Diana?
If I have, I couldn't tell you, Dick. But I'm sure you're right.
So 2nd and 10 for the Whalers, and that stops the clock, Bob. Bob's excited about that. Bob is getting ready to go down for his hot chocolate and popcorn and hot dog and
Out to the woods.
Domino's and trip to the woods, all at halftime. Trevi, oh! Trevi gets hit from behind. They're going to call that a fumble, and it's picked up by the Crusaders. 82. They're going to call that a fumble. That looked like a pass to me.
The Cape Town.
That's a forward pass, and they're going to call it a fumble.
Fumble and Bramble for about 40 yards. Ball is now on the 19-yard line.
And they're going to call that a fumble. Coach Conley is shaking his head. Even Charlie Hughes is over here calling it an incomplete pass. Even the Nantucket fans rooting for Cape Tech are calling that an incomplete pass. But anyways, Cape Tech gets the ball back here on the 20-yard line. And they want to, oh, Cape Tech moves. Penalty on Cape Tech. Second penalty of the game.
Infraction against the Crusaders.
And that's going to go against Crusaders.
15 from the 24.
So 82, we're looking from in our lineup that's in no particular order here.
What are they saying, that he caught it?
They're
Pass and then dropped
no, they're saying that it was a fumble. They're saying that Trevi fumbled the ball. We're going to show our tape to the officials at halftime, just for the heck of it. Anyways, Cape Tech, 1st and 15, hand off to Moss.
Ray Moss, the ball carrier.
And he goes nowhere.
Clock's running.
Clock is running, 1:13 to go.
81 Coletti in on the tackle for.
Coletti in on the tackle for the Whalers, 2nd and no.
On the 24-yard line. Second down.
2nd and 14. Cape Tech has a couple. Well, they have at least 3, Bob, to go. I know they use a couple. They may call it right after this, but they are wasting a lot of time in this play here. Taking Stinson out, which I don't believe. Stinson's been one of the main ball carriers, but maybe they're going to go to the pass. Let's see. Clock ticking, 40 seconds and counting. They're running a reverse, a sweep.
This is the ball carrier. Brought down. Loss of about 2.
Brought in.
Down, ball on the 26-yard line.
They took Stinson out and then run Stinson's play. Even the announcer called Stinson's name out. That's not Stinson running the ball here. But anyways, it's going to bring up 3rd and long here. And with 34 seconds to go, they do call a timeout, Bob. But more important, they got the clock stopped, but they also got to pick up 14 yards on the next 2 play. Nantucket defense is not letting them gain an inch here. They've knocked them back actually 2 yards. And it's 3rd and 17 to go.
Yep, in the second quarter. And look at that beautiful foliage out there. Looking at that foliage, I want to remind you of Valero and Sons Incorporated, and they have 10% off their summer fertilizers right now with insect control. So go down, buy some of that stuff, store up for the summer, even though it seems like a long time away.
It is a long
Yeah, it is, but you can never be too ready.
Well, you can't get much further away.
Unless you're heading to Australia.
1 minute forward, 2 minutes. It's the doctor's 2-minute thing. They're really depressing.
Yeah.
He says they start 2 minutes earlier every day until December 22nd.
21st. 21st is the longest day of the year, which doesn't make sense because all days are 24 hours long. Why it's the longest day of the year, I don't know, but it's the longest darkness, shortest lightness. Then it flips around the other way. You pick up 2 minutes in the morning. 2 minutes in the afternoon, you lose 1 in the morning, up until about January 21st. Right?
All right,
That's
so-
a whole nother subject. Stay tuned for Dick's Science Night for that. 3rd and 17.
Ball back to pass.
Roberts chasing him. He gets away from Roberts. Fires down deep. Nobody looking. Nobody looking.
Oh, my.
32 Stinson is not looking at the ball, and they throw it to him. Few people are upset, mainly the coach. But they threw the ball to Stinson. He wasn't even no, that's not Stinson. I'm sorry. 32. 32. Who is 32? 32 is Jod Franklin. Jod Franklin is not a very popular man right now. As they threw the ball to Jod, and Jod wasn't looking for it. But anyways, 23 seconds to go here. 4th down. Last play for Cape Tech on this drive, unless they can pick up 17 big ones. Barr out over the ball. Moss the deep back. Barr fumbles it, comes rolling out, gets the ball to Moss in the flat.
Oh.
Moss, oh, good pickup by Moss.
Can have an official timeout for Midland, I believe, down
It's
there.
going to be close enough for the timeout. So Moss picked up about 16 and a half, 17 yards. The officials, big measurement here. They stopped the clock with 13 seconds.
The ball goes over to Nantucket.
And it's only a 16-yard pickup, so it's short of the first down. A big play, a good play for Cape Tech, and I'm surprised they didn't use that play earlier in the drive.
Yeah, and coming to a close on the second quarter, we want to remember Bob's Auto Repair. If your engine's falling out of your car, you need a new muffler, or can't start your car, any of the above, go see Bob's Auto Repair at 48 Novadear Farm Road. That's 228-1239.
Well, if your engine fell out of your car, Diana, you have to call Bob to tow it out there first.
Exactly.
13 seconds to go here. Let's see if Nantucket just puts their knee down or throws the ball downfield. They could throw the ball down here.
Ball is on the 10-yard line.
Nantucket coming out. Trebby the quarterback, Hal at the center. Behind Trebby is Roberts and Gardner. Portafranco way out here to the right. Sights on the other side. Let's see if they throw the ball, and it's going to be a delay of the game. And they were going to run a sweep to Gardner, but the delay of the game is going to cost the Whalers. And now there's a timeout called. How was that? Timeout called just, yeah, that was another crazy timeout.
What's so crazy about the timeout?
Well, the play had started. So
All
that's the
right.
second time today the officials have let a timeout be called just as the play has started. I don't understand it.
Different rules here.
We're in Harwich, is that? Oh,
Yeah, it's a Harwich factor.
this is the Harwich factor, huh? So anyways, what is more amazing was we started that play with 13 seconds on the clock. Now there are 12 seconds on the clock. So they actually let one tick go off the clock, and then the timeout was called. So that even makes it more amazing that you can get a timeout called after a play starts.
Maybe it's
Unbelievable.
retroactive.
Vito, though, see, Vito out in the field, though, he can get a call.
So maybe at timeout here we can.
Mike Conley's having a good time over here talking with some of the fans over there. Can we get that on tape? Mike Conley's talking with the fans, talking with some of the Cape Tech fans, too. 12 seconds ago here. Let's see if Nantucket gets this play off. Trebby, this time is going to pass. Looking for Sights way down the sidelines.
Here, and going to the ball is Jamie Pena, I believe. And
Jamie Pena knocks it out of Sight's hands as Nantucket's going to go for the 6 here. With 5 seconds to go, you can expect Nantucket to come out throwing the ball on this one too, Diana.
Sounds good.
This should be the last play of the first half. At halftime, we'll have some stats brought to you by the Inquirer and Mirror as we get into the Don Allen halftime show. And Nantucket cheerleaders over there will be coming out. And let's see if this is the last play of the first half. Nantucket sending Trebby back. Looking, it's a hook and ladder. Look for Sights to get, no, Sights takes it into the middle of the field.
Oh,
And
he's brought down, and
that was
then
painful.
looked like Nantucket was setting Sights up for a pitch, but Sights takes it back into the middle of the field. And at the end of the first half, Nantucket is holding a 14-0. The old what?
The old hook and ladder.
We're looking for the hook and ladder, right?
That's something I know a lot about.
Okay, we're back on. You can pick up the music behind us here. The Nantucket cheerleaders out on the field. Nantucket cheerleaders are brought to you by the Inquirer and Mirror, the only newspaper you need to read. Out there for the Whalers, doing the halftime routine, Melissa Benson, Bevan Bixby, Patty Chans, Amanda Cimitaro, Catherine Dickey, Elizabeth Farrell, Hillary Markin, Shauna Resendiz, Kelly Strang, Brittany Stroney, Sarah Valero, and Katie Welsh. And we thank the Nantucket cheerleaders for the halftime routine. We see Christine Hansen behind us from the field hockey team. How are you, Christine?
Yeah.
Good game the other day versus Harwich, Christine.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to tell us about it.
And junior miss.
Junior. Chris Warner here, and Chris has some stats for us, so we're going to be very leisurely and just hand the mic to Chris.
This halftime report brought to you by the Inquirer Mirror, Nantucket's newspaper since 1831. In terms of stats, Nantucket really not doing poorly. Chris Gardner has 7 rushes for 49 yards. Matt Roberts, 6 rushes for 53 yards. And of course, Trevi with 2 completions, 2 out of 7. Of course, throwing those bombs late off in the first half, not very helpful, but as the 13-yard pass to Victor Ferrantella for the second touchdown. And the real problem has been the first interception, only interception of the game for Trevi in the end zone, and that very odd sort of passing fumble-rooski play, which instead of an incomplete pass, it was really a nice play by Cape Tech on the sack. The first fumble I've seen to go forward at about 60 miles per hour, 15 yards down the field. No comments at this time.
Yeah.
We cannot make any judgments on the referees, but if I were a ref, I may have called it differently. Let's put it that way. Defensively, Nantucket, Ray Moss for Cape Tech getting outside on that one play for 31 yards. Besides that, really just a couple of rushes of 5 and 6 yards. Moss, 6 rushes for 50 yards at halftime. Stinson doing well on the inside, 7 rushes for 23 yards. One thing Nantucket has to do is they need to stop Barr on the option. Although he hasn't racked up big yards a couple of times on that pitch, he was able to get Moss on the outside, and they picked up some yards there. And Nantucket is in the predicament, exactly the thing that they wanted to avoid. They have given Cape Tech a lot of hope. Cape Tech has played very tough. Nantucket has come in almost seemingly unprepared, and without a couple of bad snaps on punts, Cape Tech could be right in this thing, down 7-0, maybe even a tie game. So a lot of things for Nantucket to think about. They need to execute, start running the ball the way they know how, and they can finish this game up in the third quarter, Dick.
Thank you, Chris. We're in the Don Allen Auto Service halftime show. As you said, the game is a lot closer than the 14-0 score gives us here. Cape Tech has shown that some of the young runners, Ray Moss, can run the ball, being one of the leading ball carriers in the game. Nantucket's defense has done the job when they have to, but as you say, a couple of breaks against Cape Tech cost them, giving Nantucket good field position. They took advantage of that, thus the 14-0 lead. We'll be back with some third quarter action. Okay, Nantucket's getting ready here to kick off to Cape Tech. Back deep for Cape Tech is Stinson, and Franklin. Sounds like a law firm back there, but they're ready to receive for Cape Tech, Diana.
All right. right, Dick. Sounds good. And halftime is brought to you by Don Allen Ford and Auto Service. We want to remind you that Don Allen Ford offers a complete line of Ford car, truck, and utility vehicles, including the ever-popular Ford Explorer.
Where'd you go at halftime? We
Uh,
were looking for you way back there. Me and Bob were back out back there, and we didn't
for-
see you.
That's for me to know.
All right, Trevi kicking off. And one of the Stinsons might pick it up. Oh, they tackle each other. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Cape Tech does recover it, but they almost gave it away here on the second half kickoff. And Cape Tech having a lot of problems with their special teams today. That's what got them in the hole here. Nantucket holding a 14-0 halftime lead as we start the third quarter. Ball on the 23 for Cape Tech. And as mentioned earlier in the day, Coach Ed McDonald, head coach for Cape Tech, is up in the roof box here. He calls the plays down from up there.
We call a timeout for a moment. It's a kick tee off the field.
Dangerous man to send out in the field. They send a player out to pick up the kicking tee, and you could get called for 12 men on the field for that. What else could happen here to poor Cape Tech? All right, now we're set to go here. First and 10, Cape Tech. Bar calls, hits a Stinson. He bounces off.
Brought down by number 35.
Mickelson into the backfield. Good job by Hunter, but he spins away from Hunter. They get a block on Hunter, and Stinson goes forward. Looks like Mickelson's going to take him down for a loss there, but Stinson picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
And the cheerleaders are brought to you today by the Inquirer and Mirror, the INM. And it's on the newsstand every Thursday morning. The Island's got that great newspaper. You can't wait to pick it up for all your local news, entertainment, and sports.
Moss.
Monster ball carrier.
We did the cheerleaders. You missed that. You were gone.
Really?
And we did Chris Warner and everything. See, that's what happens when you float away from us. You gotta hang with us at halftime.
I'll try to remember that for the next game if you guys take me back.
I think when Eric hears this tape, he's going to give up Nantucket Nectar and get back here in a hurry.
Yeah, he'll be happy to know that his job isn't being threatened.
3rd and 3 here, Cape Tech. Big third down for Cape Tech, and they want to hang on to the ball. They're running the option, which has been good to them. They get the first down.
And he's over the 40-yard line.
Cape Tech takes it out to the 42-yard line. Big play by Barr that time, picking up the first down.
Brought down by Mickelson of Nantucket.
Hunter Mickelson makes the tackle for the Whalers, but Cape Tech with their first down here for the second half.
Ball is on the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 Crusaders.
Nantucket over in the sidelines calling defense. They want to stop this early Cape Tech drive here in the second half.
Jamie Peters, the ball carrier. Jamie gains about 6 yards.
6-yard pickup by
Brought down by
Pena.
Roberts of Nantucket.
Good little pickup for Cape Tech.
Yeah, they're moving closer to their first touchdown, huh, Dick?
Cape Tech is not scored in this game, right? And they would
Not yet.
love to get a touchdown to
Yeah.
make this one exciting. Playing good ball today against the Whalers, running out of the wishbone. Calling signals, looking for the pitch. Not much room there. Cuts up Stinson and he slips.
Second time he slipped.
Stinson have a little bit of Barr having a little bit of problem on whether the pitch to Stinson or not. Tries to cut up field and slips and falls, and it's going to bring 3rd and 6. And so again, another big third down play here for Cape Tech. Ball on the 44. They got to get it just across midfield to almost the 49.
The ball carrier.
Barr again, cut, and he's going to get close to it. Oh! He's going to be about a half-yard short, and again, Coach McDonald is going to have to think about whether he wants to punt. The punt today has been Nantucket's friend. Both times Cape Tech has punted the ball. Nantucket has taken over in good field position. Barr comes up a little bit shaken on that one. And holding his side, and he took a hard whack from the Nantucket defense. And Moss will be getting ready to punt the ball for Cape Tech. And now Cape Tech takes a timeout.
We'd like you to remember the Atlantic Cafe today, and they're pleased to announce the return of their wing night Wednesday nights and prime rib night Thursday nights, which includes salad and baked potato while they last. They have great fun, atmosphere, affordable food, and great decor on the walls in there if you go check them out. And you can call them at 228-0570 or visit them at 15 South Water Street. What's so funny there, Dick?
I thought Dick gave me the eye.
What are you talking about? All the decor on the walls? I didn't know you went into the men's room there. But anyways, we've been kidding the Nantucket people over here cheering for Cape Tech, and the reason for that is number 77, the big lineman Chris Minks for Cape Tech, and his uncles and grandparents live on the island. Charlie Hughes over there. Charlie spends more time off island than on island, hitting up the Vermont he is.
Could they be setting up for a fake here?
They could be setting up for the
fake. They called the timeout right at the last second.
Well, like they.
They're up to something, I think.
They called the timeout. The original quarterback is out though, Bob. Bob's telling me they might be setting him for fake, and you could be right, Bob. But the starting quarterback is out, and they're gonna go for it though. They decided to go for it.
They're going.
Quarterback for the Crusaders.
Oh, and they try to call Nantucket off time. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works.
What?
Flags come out. Let's see if Cape Tech moved or Nantucket moved.
What was that, a deliberate?
Deliberate offside call, right. Cape Tech had a play where they tried to get Nantucket offside, and it worked.
See, they were doing something sneaky. I knew it.
Bob Laundrie is right on.
Sniffed it out.
Bob Laundrie sniffed that play out, whatever that means. I don't know.
I don't know, but doesn't it take one to know one?
Only Bob could figure out a timeout. Now Bob's back in and hands it to Stinson.
And on the tackle is number 35.
Roberts brings him down.
Robert.
So Cape Tech picks up a big first down on a penalty of drawing Nantucket offside on the count. And the Nantucket defense over there hollering defense, or the sidelines actually hauling defense to get the team back in. 2nd and 7 for Cape Tech. We're in the third quarter. Running the option, pitch to Moss. Moss turns the corner, and it'll be close to another first down. Let's see where they mark him. Fell down and fell forward. Let's see how much forward progress they give him. He's going to come up short of about 1.5 yards, so it's going to bring up 3rd and a long one. We'll call it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Cape Tech will go for it, this situation, Diane, if they don't pick it up. They have 2 yards to go. If they don't make it on this 3rd down, feel quite confident they'll go for a 4th down here. Let's see what Cape Tech has called.
I concur with that.
Bob's concurring with me.
He's concurring.
Oh, and they fumble the ball. Ball's kicked forward, and Nantucket's got it. So the big turnover hurts Cape Tech. Looks like Roberts comes up with it.
What about that guy in the bottom? Is he right? Yeah.
Gardner comes up with Chris Gardner on the bottom of the pile.
Wow.
So Cape Tech turns it over here in the third quarter.
The coaches pee out again.
Ball is spotted at the 39-yard line.
That guy needs to relax and have a cookie.
Let's go. You guys are hitting out there.
So the offense, another good drive today, 2nd or 3rd by Cape Tech, only to give up the ball on mistakes. Cape Tech had 12 men on the field. One gets off the field, and Gardner gets tackled in the backfield.
Jesse McKenzie.
Dick,
Big McKenzie.
Sniffing out of these tubes down here.
Huh? That's water. It's a water machine, Bob. Maybe Gatorade, but I'm pretty sure it's water, Bob.
Oxygen.
And it's empty. See, they're mad because it's empty. The water boy. Opening this weekend. Didn't fill up the water buckets for them. 2nd and 11. Nantucket loses the yard on that. Hand off to Gardner, and Gardner breaks free. First down and more.
Knocked out of bounds by Franklin.
Franklin knocks him out of bounds about the 35-yard. Gardner was actually grabbed in the backfield, breaks away from him, goes down the sidelines.
How many yards is that, Chris?
Ball is spotted on
26-yard run, Diana.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Crack statistician Chris Warner with that fact for us.
Thank you, Chris.
4:19 to go in the third quarter. Hand off to Roberts up the middle. And he's brought down.
By Eric McLaren.
Portion of the third quarter is brought to you by Hutch's. Hutch's out at the airport. They have breakfast, lunch, dinner, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. And that also is one of my favorite restaurants, especially the Sunday brunches. Very, very good food. Go out and be customer of the week. They love ya.
Second down, 7 yards to go. From the
2nd and 7. Rhino being replaced. Nantucket will set up with the one tight end with Fraker in the slot. Now, actually, Hunter Mickelson in the slot. They run the reverse out of this sometimes. And they're going to run the sweep out of it with Mickelson blocking. And Gardner gets taken down right away. And Porter Fraker a little bit slow getting up. Chris Gardner carried for a 1-yard pickup. The trainer and doctor out on the field, but Porter Fraker is up. Usually a player has to come off at least one play, but Fraker gets up in a hurry. The officials don't call the timeout, and Fraker's going to stay in for the play. Nantucket's working 3rd and 6, ball on the 32. Trebby calling signals. Hand off to Roberts. He's going to be close to the first down. Ball's fumbled.
Looks like the Crusaders have recovered.
And Roberts, who had enough for the first down, lunges forward. I didn't see how the ball came out, but it did. And Nantucket coughs it up here and
Covered the fumble for the Crusaders. The ball is part of the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 Crusaders.
1st and 10 for the Crusaders on the 24.
Yeah, Vito, on that Navy play, we wanted to run to the wing side. We wanted to run to Porter's tight wing. Motion Mickelson to the wing and sweep that way.
A little interference in our system when we picked up something about a Navy wing. I don't know.
Wing net.
Stinson, the ball carrier.
Stinson. Was that wing? Was it Navy wing night? Was it that Navy wing night at the AC? Some static in our system here. We picked up something.
2nd and 7 for the
Stinson picks up 3, so it'll be 2nd. It looks like 2nd and 6. We're going to call it a 4-yard pickup for Stinson. And third quarter is winding down. 2:34 to go. Nantucket is holding the 14-0 lead, the lead they had at halftime.
McKenzie, the ball carrier.
McKenzie up the middle. He's not going to get much there. And it's going to bring up another 3rd and fairly long here for the Crusaders.
For Nantucket is 61.
Robertson Hallett in on the tackle in the middle. Seisha coming out. Beamish coming in with the defense.
Ball is on the 29. 3rd and 4 to go.
He got rolled on from behind.
Okay, under 2 minutes to go here. 3rd and 4 for the Crusaders. Nantucket's going to send everybody. And they jumped. And maybe, let's see who they call it on. They're going to call it on procedure for Crusaders. So that hurts them, Diana.
Uh-oh. That hurts the Crusaders?
Crusaders, another penalty in a critical situation. trying to maybe draw the Wheelers offside again. The Wheelers had about 8 men up on the line of scrimmage. They were coming, and jumping around, they caused one of the Cape Tech players to move. So let's bring up 3rd and 9. It's going to take a real big play for Cape Tech to keep this drive alive now. Klaus calling the singles, looking to pitch to Moss, hangs onto it, and is brought down for not much. So it's going to bring up 4th and long. Coletti in on the tackle, and that's going to bring up the Crusaders punting team, and something they have not been very good at today. Getting off the punt. They've given Nantucket excellent field position twice in punting situations. Diana is nodding off on me.
I think if they could just hold Nantucket at this 14-0, that would be a major accomplishment for Cape Tech.
It'd be a major accomplishment to get a punt off here today. Let's see what they do here. Moss is back to punt. Good snap this time. Moss does get it off, and Fraker, and taken down by Stinson. So Cape Tech gets a fine punt off this time. Fraker takes it and goes for about a 3-yard loss. And Cape Tech has to feel a little bit better about themselves after that good punt that time, Diana.
Yeah, I guess so.
48 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Diana said to me, there was 4 quarters in this game. She thought she was all through at halftime. I gotta come back and talk some more.
I'm going catatonic now, Dick. Maybe I need some hot chocolate.
There's a timeout in the field, Diana. Oh, and here's Maureen coming in from her big shopping trip.
She's trying to be incognito, very unsuccessful.
Rich, you got any money? So, Maureen said she'd be here by the end of the 3rd quarter, Bob. Now you got to eat your words. You said she wasn't going to make it.
No, I'm thrilled to have one.
And we'd like to remember Nantucket Pharmacy today. Your out-of-town pharmacy. They've got a computerized prescription department for your income tax needs, and they're located over on Sparks Avenue. That's Island Pharmacy, right next to the Stop and Shop, 228-6400.
If you need an income tax man, you can just see Bob. That'll cost you. That'll be a trade, Bob. That'll cost you.
Everything costs. Under the permit.
48 seconds to go here. 1st and 10 for Nantucket.
Turnovers.
Nantucket's got the ball on the 47 after Cape Tech's punt. And a no return by Frager. Frager was tackled immediately. Trebby out over the ball. Handoff to Gardner up the middle. He picks up about 3 or 4.
By Brad Stevens, number 61.
Stevens in on the tackle, so it's going to be 2nd and Stevens. Oh, Mrs. Stevens is over there. His mom. Wave to Mom, Bob. Green coat, that's Mrs. Stevens.
She should come to the platform.
Someone else will be looking for the copy of the tape now. 2nd and 7. Handoff to Roberts. Little bit of hole, but he stays low. Roberts hard to bring down on the middle of the line, and he's going to go forward to about the 45, and it's going to be about a yard shot, maybe 2-yard shot, 3rd and 2.
And that is the end of the 3rd quarter.
And that is the end of the 3rd quarter, so the Cape Tech defense is really taking over in this game. Nantucket scored with just 4 seconds into the 2nd quarter, so that means for the last 19 minutes and 56 seconds, Cape Tech has shut down the Wheel offense. The Wheel offense had scored 34 big points last week against Division 4 Bourne, having a tough time moving today against Division 6 Cape Tech. Again, their only 2 touchdowns came on botched punt attempts. One where the Moss could not handle it, and it was tackled on about the 20. And another time when the ball went over his head, he did get the punt off, but only went for about a 5-yard punt. Other than that, the Cape Tech defense, along with the mistakes that the Nantucket offense has made, has kept the score at 14-0 as we head into the fourth quarter.
I never realized they were Division 6. Not that I would know that. That's interesting. Is that the lowest, weakest division?
Yeah, in Massachusetts there are 6 divisions, Bob.
It's the smallest, not the weakest.
Well, I think Brockton can out-bench press Cape Tech, though. I don't know. Not today, no. Third and
Whalers, third down.
2. Third and 2 here for the Whalers.
The 45.
Trebby with Robertson Gardner behind him. Fraker in the slot. Sight split wide right. Handoff goes to Gardner. He's hitting the backfield. Stinson read that play. He came through flying, and it's going to cost Nantucket about 6 yards. And Nantucket's going to have to punt the ball now all of a sudden.
4th down and 5. Ball is spotted on the 48-yard line.
Stinson had to know that play was coming because he was in the backfield before Gardner had a chance to start running with the handoff by Trebby, and Fraker would be getting set for his second punt of the day.
Fraker is the punter. Back deep is Franklin.
Franklin back deep for the Crusaders. Cape Tech almost blocked Fraker's first punt. Snaps here, rushes there. Oh, and he almost got it again. Almost got it again.
Franklin caught the
Franklin.
ball at the 30-yard line. The first and 10 Crusaders.
So the Crusaders must have some pretty quick defensive ends because Nantucket is just getting those punts off. And with 9:08 to go here, Cape Tech's going to take over on about the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. We're in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth quarter is brought to you by Island Pharmacy, 31 Sparks Avenue, 41 Main Street, Arno's. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner daily. Also have takeout available. They're at 41 Main, 228-7001, and Young's Bicycle Shop.
Okay, they officially mark it on the 28 for Cape Tech. First down, one back behind him, Moss. Moss gets the ball and can't get going. Ray Moss, who has mowed it a couple of times today, gets stopped this time and for no gain. Hallett right in on top of him, along with Boynton. Matt Boynton, who missed last week's game with Bond, is back playing today and doing his job in the middle of the line.
Speaking of Boynton, he's part of the Young's Bicycle Shop crew there, Dick.
Matt has pedaled a few bikes for Young's, right?
There he is, Matt. And we also have Porter Fraker out there, one of our players, also part of Young's Bicycle Shop.
Okay, Barr rolling out. He's got the corner again.
First down.
First down for Barr. Okay, Barr comes out, turns the corner in a hurry, and sort of surprised Nantucket as Jake Barr took the ball up the sidelines. And all of a sudden, Cape Tech got another drive going. They've had a couple of good drives today, only to stall out on their end of the field. And time is becoming a factor now. 14-0, Wales leading. 8 minutes and change to go. Here's the pitch to Moss. Trying to swing the corner. Beamish there. Moss.
No gain.
Moss sees that the corner is turned in, doesn't put his head down and turn up, tries to dance around and go backwards. It's pretty tough defense, the Whalers, to dance around on them, and that cost Cape Tech about a yard, so it's going to bring up 2nd and about 11, long 10.
And that jumbo, Bob, we remember in the tight end. Stay with it!
Get a ball on the 45, 7.5 minutes to go. Barr calling signals. Hands off to Stinson.
Picks the ball carrier, gains about 3 to 48.
Picks up about 3 yards, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7.
3rd and 7.
And time is becoming a factor, and also clock is running. Field position becoming a factor here for Cape Tech. 3rd and long. If they don't get it, they're going to have to decide whether they want a chance going for it or punting the ball back to Nantucket. Cape Tech needs 2 scores if they're going to overtake the Whalers. Whalers holding a 14-0 lead. Under 7 minutes to go. Rolling out. Pitch to Stinson. Gets the corner. Dives! Dives in the air. I don't think he's going to make the first down, but it's probably going to make it close enough that Cape Tech will go for it. Let's see where they spot it. I don't know if he went out of bounds or not. They will go for it now, Diana. 4th down and a long one. So it's going to be, let's go for it now, they're going to say.
Should have seen the smile on the coach's face after that leap. The Cape Tech coach, yeah.
Big play again here for the Wheeler defense. Cape Tech again trying to get another big first down in this drive. 4th and a long one. And now Cape Tech is going to call a timeout.
Wow.
And we're going to start thinking about the Harborview MVP, Diana. I think you have a vote.
I got a vote.
Bob gets a vote. Chris has got a vote.
Oh, yeah?
Marty might even have a vote. She qualifies. She's been here long enough.
No.
Diane's trying to figure out what MVP means.
I'm trying to look at my cues here. Oh, boy. I'm in trouble now.
4th quarter, just under 6 minutes. 5:59 to go. Cape Tech running a 4th and 2. The quarterback, Jeff Barr, doesn't like the play or doesn't like what he sees, calls a timeout before the play starts, so they go back into the huddle, talk it over. We see the team out there in the field with the assistant coaches. As mentioned before, the head coach is above us in the box, something that's sort of unique, that the head coach does not place himself on the field, puts his assistant coaches there. And as you mentioned, portions of the first quarter brought to you by Young's Bicycle Shop, right?
That's right. And we have a couple people down there that participated in sports besides the football. We had Danielle Stroney. She did the field hockey this year, and Sean Ross, he played soccer this year.
A lot of fine Nantucket Wheel athletes work for Young's, and we congratulate Harvey Young's for being a fine sponsor, and also for letting a lot of these high school kids work during the summer, and some of them even weekends during the off season.
Yeah, visit them down at Steamboat Wharf or call them at 228-1151. That's Young's Bicycle Shop.
Okay, Cape Tech has got the play coming out in the wishbone backfield. Moss and Stinson deep. Look for one of them to get the ball. Nantucket almost jumps. No. Handoff up the middle to the fullback. And boy, when you have 2 halfbacks, I never understand why a coach gives it to the fullback in the middle. But they try to fool Nantucket by coming back with the fullback. I don't think they fooled him, though. And McKenzie is not going to pick up the yard up the middle. Fisher's calling for the timeout, but that's
More or less a formality.
just a formality, as Bob says.
How about I slot right?
Ball has to get across the line. It's definitely not even on the line. So Whalers are going to take over here on downs with 5:49 to go. And another Cape Tech drive is stopped.
Not even going to zoom up for the
Nantucket
measurement.
takes over down. They will have the ball on
Bob Laundrie is still in the booth, though. Even though the camera is not moving and the camera is not zooming at this point.
This looks like a big TV station right here. It's a big TV station camera.
Cape, this is probably the Cape channel, right? They come around and do some night,
Clips, yeah.
do a few clips for the nightly news, right?
Come on, guys, you're playing a good game. Stay up, stay up. Let's work for the defense. Come on now, guys.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Whalers. Trebby calling signals. Fraker in motion. Coming right towards us. Pitch to Gardner. And Gardner is taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Stinson, number 33.
So Stinson puts a hit right on him, and Gardner cannot turn the call. So the Cape Tech defense is really shining here, especially since the first quarter when 2 bad plays on punting situation again gave Nantucket good field position. Since then, the Cape Tech defense has shut down the Whalers. 2nd and 9, ball on the 46. Trevi, here comes the reverse to Fraker. A lot of room out there. But Cape Tech closes down. Looks like they might have even caught Fraker in the backfield, but he breaks free for that, and he picks up about 3 yards. But that's a play that the Whalers like to use for big yardage, and it only goes for about 3 that time.
If you're looking for a place to eat, now that it's getting cold, you want to go out and have dinner? Think of Arno's at 41 Main Street or 8K Diamonds out by the airport. They all have good food, fun atmosphere, and you won't have to cook.
Sounds good to me.
Me too.
Okay, 3rd and 5. Hand off to Gardner. Not going to make it. And looks like Nantucket will have to kick it. 4th and 2. They may go for it. But I would assume with a 14-0 lead, 4 minutes and change left in the game, they will kick it.
4th and 2 for Nantucket.
Trevi over talking to Coach Capizzo. Renamo coming into the ball game, replacing Sights. So they're either going to go with they're going to go for it with the double tight end. Nantucket is going for it in 4th and 2, ball at the 46. Cape Tech defense packing it in out of their 4-4. Gardner makes the first down. And the flag comes in late. Let's see what the flag is. That came in after the play was over. After the play was over, it's probably a face mask on the tackle. The officials threw the flag in after the play was over. They're going to call face mask on Cape Tech. So that's going to cost them at least 5, maybe 15. Let's see. Let's see how many they mark off. Gardner gets up to the 45 for the first down, and it's a big one. It's going to go as a 15-yarder.
15-yard penalty against the Crusaders of the 1st and 10.
So what is that? Like grabbing the face mask?
25-yard line.
Basically.
Bob, if you put your hand on the face mask and let go, they only call you for 5. But if you grab the face mask and sort of use it anyway in the tackle, then it goes as a 15-yarder. 1st and 10, ball on the 25 for the Whalers. Hand off to Roberts. Roberts picks up about 3.
So what if you pull the face mask off altogether, Dick?
Pull the face mask on, you get a red card. There's another term you're going to learn, what a red card means.
Ball is on the 20-yard line. 2nd and 5.
So 5-yard pickup for Roberts. 3 minutes left in the ball game.
Clock running.
Clock is running. We don't expect to pass now, Bob. Handoff to Gardner. Picks up the first down. Oh, it's going to be close, one or the other. Let's see.
Tackled by Jamie Pina.
No, it's going to come up short. 3rd and 2. We're glad it's not close enough for measurement because they shut the clock off when they measure, Bob. We want that clock to keep running. Ball on the 17, 3rd and 2. Nantucket, I think, would be very content just to run the clock out here, not worrying about whether they score or not. Hand off to Roberts.
Roberts, the ball carrier.
And he looked like enough for the first down, and then was pushed back. So let's see where the official spots it. And they're going to signal first down for the Whalers. We're getting ready for the post-game show.
Ball is far on the 14. 1st and 10 to go.
Pretty soon we'll be in the Island Airline cockpit.
Island Airline cockpit, right. And we'll talk a little bit more about that after this play. Under 2 minutes ago. 1st and 10, ball on the 14. Parentella sets up left, going over to right end. Handoff. Here comes the option. Trevi holds on to it. Let's go the ball in. Trevi fumbled the ball, then fell on it. The ball was already out of bounds, so it didn't matter. And it's going to go as a 1-yard loss, though, as Trevi looked like he was getting ready to pitch the ball, holds it and cuts up field, and as he tried to cut off field, a Cape Tech defender knocked it out of his hand.
Second down and 12.
We're going to call it 2nd and a dozen for Cape Tech. Trevi, hand off to Gardner. And Gardner's going to get stopped in the middle of the line. And again, we mentioned we're in the Island Airline cockpit.
Yeah, and Island Airlines is offering more flights, more service, and more reservations. So you can call them at 228-7575. Daily service to and from Hyannis. Give them a call, Island Airlines. Safe, reliable, and nice.
Nice?
I don't know, it sounded good. I ran out of words.
What makes an airline nice?
I don't know, they get you to the other side safely.
They did that last night. We're all over here. Let's get us back now.
It's the opposite of not nice. Yeah.
That's what Santa says. Naughty but nice. Is that it?
Yeah, Christmas on the brain. I think you and Maureen are doing too much Christmas.
Well, yeah, we're getting into our elf mode. Elf.
Maureen spends more time in the mall than Peter Square.
We'll have to bleep that one out. Another Bob comment that can't go on here. What? How many carries? Chris Garner, we've just been told by our crack statistician, Chris Warner, has 97 yards on 17 carries and needs 3 to go over 100. 3rd and 7. Ball on the 10. Trevi calling signals. Hands off to, pitches out to Garner. It's lost. And Garner turns it upfield. And is going to score a touchdown on a broken play. Oh, yes, they give him the touchdown. Broken play. Pitch went over Gardner's head, went way back to the right. Cape Tech over pursued, and once Gardner picked it up, the only way he could go was back the other way. When he came back the other way, there was nobody there except one defender, and Gardner beat him to the corner and scores on a 10-yard run. So just as I was about to say Gardner was going to lose some of his 97 yards, he adds 10 to his 97 yards and is up to 107 and his second TD of the day.
Come on, defense!
And with 1:21 to go, Nantucket has iced this one away, 20-0. Martin getting ready to go 3 for 3. And Ball is all excited as Martin's getting ready to kick into the pine trees down there. Oh, they block it! And defense did the job there. They broke through and blocked the punt, so Martin cannot go 3 for 3, Bob.
We'd like to remind you that extra points today are brought to you by Congdon and Coleman Insurance Agency, 57 Main Street. For all your insurance needs, fire, burglary, bonds, automobile, marine, go see them at Congdon and Coleman Insurance, 228-0344.
Okay, so we see a lot of new people getting out there for the second kickoff, and this could be interesting with Cape Tech keeping their regular receiving team deep. A second kickoff team here for the Whalers with 1:21 to go, and Nantucket with their 20-0 lead has salted this one away. And this will be Coach Capizzo's 7th of the year, giving him 246 wins career, putting him one behind Coach Ed Murphy and Tom Cato with 247 apiece. So next week versus Southeast, Coach Capizzo will be going for number 247. And if he gets that next week, that'll tie him for 5th place in all-time wins in the state. Okay, the kick goes to Stinson.
Receiver.
And, oh, he's racked.
Number 71, and a nice hit out there for the Whalers.
John Lombard, good hit from the second team, brings Stinson down. And Coach Hickman is telling the second team to stay out there.
First and 10 for the Crusaders.
First and 10 with only 1:15 to go here. So we're winding down.
And don't forget that mortgages are available through Pacific National, Division of Bank Boston. You can call them at 228-1917, and you can also get their 800 number when you do that.
Yeah.
All right, 1:15 to go. Okay, Cape Tech has broken the bone here now in a passing situation. Bar's looking deep, throws shot though, and funnels it out and doesn't get out of bounds though. That's going to keep the clock running. No, I guess they say they did signal him out of bounds.
Gain of 9, second and 1. The ball is on the
Second and 1, under a minute to go. So the Nantucket defense has done the job today here. Looked like they're going to coast in with another shutout unless Cape Tech has one big play left in their arsenal. Bar running and
ball down about the line of scrimmage.
And Cape Tech's going to call a timeout. Aaron Kane making the tackle from the left defensive end. And
Timeout, Crusaders.
Cape Tech working a second and very short. And I don't believe they're signaling that he made the first down. They're still saying he needs about a half a yard here. Cape Tech takes the timeout.
Big pass.
And we also want you to remember again today, Harbor Fuel. They're a good one. They have tires, tire sales for trucks, cars.
Are you reading the copy I gave you? Are you ad-libbing? I think that's the way John Stackpole wrote it.
John just woke up.
As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. Don't forget to go visit Harbor Fuel on Sparks Avenue or call them at 228-2411.
Thank you, Diana. That was a good one.
That was a nice one.
Okay, third and 1, 33 seconds ago. We are in the Island Airline cockpit. Remember, more flights, more service daily. 228-7575. Cape Tech getting ready to pass. Kane putting the pressure. Oh, and it's going to be picked. No. Swain dropped it. Joe Swain had the interception. Playing the corner with only 30 seconds to go. No points on the board. You figure Cape Tech throwing the ball down the field, but they're throwing a loose shot out. Swain was right there, almost picked it off. And fourth down here, Nantucket will have everybody back deep, but Cape Tech wants to break the shutout. They're going to have to throw the ball down the field. Remember, you're watching this game Monday night. You could be watching Wednesday, but if you're watching it Monday night, the JV game will be on TV tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 7:30. Bob picks up the first down. So Cape Tech will get a chance to run a few more plays here. Barr runs the sweep, gets out of bounds smartly to stop the clock, because I don't think Cape Tech has a timeout left.
First and 10 to go.
And so, Bob, if Cape Tech doesn't get out of bounds on this play, this could be the last play of the game, because I think they used up their fifth timeout. We'll certainly find out after this play.
Good news for us, Dick.
Bob is jumping for joy there when he heard that. The sun has left us. It's getting chilly on this side of the field.
Yeah, I think I can feel my toes falling off.
The away team gets the sun, the home team gets the shade. Throwing it down the field for Moss. Oh! Moss almost took it. Barone was there. Barone knocked it away, but somehow Moss gets his hands on it, almost takes it in. And Fine play there.
Second and 10 for the Crusaders.
Cape Tech will come up 2nd and 10, and let's see if they throw the ball down the field. Someone that was pretty exciting, Diana.
Yeah, I'm falling off my seat.
Tuesday night, 7:30, terminology class. Be there.
Yeah. I don't want to be too hot here, you know. I don't want to make Eric worry on his vacation.
Okay, Bar. Moss in motion. Bar looking to pitch to Moss, and he does. Moss turns upfield, and that could be the last play of the game. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So Cape Tech did not have any timeouts left, and they try to run a reverse to Moss to fool the wheels, but it doesn't. So Nantucket has beaten Cape Tech here today, 20-0. 2 touchdowns by Chris Gardner leading the way. Gardner had 18 carries for 107 yards and pretty much did the job here for Nantucket. Remember, next week if you're heading off the southeast, Island Airlines, more service, more flights. Give them a call, 228-7575. And we got to talk a little bit about our MVPs here. We're looking down here. Whalers did the job on both sides of the ball here today, and offensive line, defense doing the job. I'd like to bring in a couple of fine Whalers who have been performing well all year. The votes are cast, and I think today, Diana, we have a tie.
Do we? We have a tie?
We have a tie.
Who's it?
The co-MVPs for today on the defensive side of the ball, Hunter Mickelson, number 27, and on the offensive side of the ball, Nick Lepre, number 68. So Mickelson and Lepre are the co-Harbor Few MVPs, and Coach Capizzo and staff out there talking with his team, and fine job today. 20-0 shutout over the Crusaders. Any final comments, Diana?
No, I just would like to remind you again about Something Natural sandwiches. I have one at least once a week down from work. I walk right over there, and you can too. They have great sandwiches, Dick.
Okay, we'll ask Chris Wan if he has any final stats here for us as he's rushing through them.
Thank you very much. Stinson ending up with 12 carries for 43 yards. He was really the carry for Cape Cod Tech. He was the one that could depend on. Moss, really the player that Nantucket was afraid of, especially after last week, gaining over 100 yards, scoring 2 touchdowns against Tri-County. But in the first half, Moss had 6 for 50. In the second half, didn't have any one carry for more than 5 yards. So Nantucket's defense really making a difference. And Cape Tech, again, the type of team that has made mistakes in the past, made some big mistakes here. And Nantucket doing the same thing. The interception in the end zone by Trevi and a number of fumbles. Luckily, Nantucket was able to recover. But turnovers, again, the story today, Dick.
Okay, Chris, we thank you. Stats from the Inquirer Mirror. We thank Bob Laundrie on camera, Diana Palm filling in for Eric Shaka, who is out of country pushing his nectar over in China somewhere, I think. This is Dick Herman saying good night from Channel 3.